welcome to Krama. Go tell your mama.
And tell that bitch I said hey.
Every single day you've got something else to say, but you'll never fucking say it, never say it to my face. Every single day you propose up my face, but you'll never have the confidence to slay the way I slay. You need some loving cause you're lacking love and tenderness. You've got a fake persona and you hide behind the internet. You are just a troll and you know it. You got no self-control, can't control it. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're talking about Chris Watts and being a bunch of twats, getting clout from that true crime while you're fishing for a dime, using names like Summer Wells, like I'm thinking, what the hell? If you made a line of perfume, I think shit would be the smell. You need attention, need to get your name a mention. Use the name of a famous dead person so your name gets recollection. You are just a troll and you know it. You got no self-control, can't control it. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. And if you're not using my name, you're pimping off tragedies. You're just a troll, you're just going with the flow, trying to get that money roll. You're a troll, a troll. You're just a troll, you're just going with the flow, trying to get that money roll. You're a troll, a troll. You're just a troll, you're just going with the flow, trying to get that money roll. You're a troll, a troll. You are just a troll and you know it. You got no self-control, can't control it. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control. You're just a troll, you've got no self-control. You're just a troll, you got no self-control.
Good afternoon. Oh, there we go. Siren, I put Christmas lights in our backgrounds. These are AI Christmas lights, by the way. This is what it says when I said, do multicolored Christmas lights, because if you have white Christmas lights, that ain't Christmas, bitch. White lights can be put up all year round. Christmas lights need to be multicolored. Hit a 1 if you are white Christmas lights. Hit a 2 if you're multicolored. Oh, and you got to make those bitches blink too. Aren't they pretty? Christmas lights on a tree should be blinky. Like blink. Or else it just doesn't feel like Christmas. Yeah, I wasn't going to go live, but I just finished a therapy session and I was talking to her about this situation. 2? Oh, look at those 2s. Oh, you like both. That's fine, Dawn, but I don't like them both on the tree because the white lights take off like the dark glow effect of the colored lights. So it like, they remove the effect of like the colors. So if they're like separate, yes. But white lights just remind me of like summertime, like patios, which I love summer, but it doesn't feel like Christmas, you know? Hey, Chris, I'm going to try to savor my voice for the evening because I'm going to need it. Maybe by the time Scotty's live stream hits, maybe my voice will be as deep as Granny Fanny's so we could have a real man-to-man talk, bro. What's up, bro? You want to fucking go or what? You want to fucking throw hands? What's up, bro? You want to put on the fucking game? Fucking throw back some fucking brewskis, bro, and fucking arm wrestle? Because I'm down to do that too, bro. What's up, motherfucker? You want to fucking run your mouth and go man to man? I'll meet you there at 8 p.m., bro, and my voice is 10 fucking times deeper. What you gonna do about it, bro? I could be a man, too. My dick's dangling and swinging all across these wood floors. How do you think I keep these wood floors so fucking clean? My dick and balls, bro. They've been hanging between my legs, bro. Now I just sound like the chick from The Grudge. Oh, wait. Because I'm losing my voice. I might choke. Oh, I can normally do that on point. I can't do it. My voice feels like this. Morning, RJ's lady. Morning, Dawn. Red grapes sound good? No. Planet Machete. I can't do it. My voice is too fucked up right now. 71. What's up, bro? You want a squab or what? Every time you go clean and wax your hardwood floor, you're going to think of Robbie. Aw, that's what Christmas is all about, Dawn. My balls dragging across your wood floors, taking every hair, piece of lint, and all of that. And I shave my balls, so I will not add to the lint. I will clean every crevice of your your floors with my dick. And your vagina's not safe either. Just kidding. Sorry. That was just for Santa. Good to see you, Planet Machete. I am excited for a conversation tonight. We'll see how it goes, though. I might just throw in the towel and cuss you bitches out and just leave the panel. Just kidding. I'll be TOS friendly, all the good stuff, you know. Oh, wait, hold on. What is 71 making? 71 is making ground turkey. Oh, for a meatloaf. I haven't ate meat in a long while now. I have done cheese and dairy and bits and pieces, so I'm not fully vegan. I don't know if I ever will be completely fully vegan because it's hard with ingredients and stuff. No, I won't, Scotty. I will behave. I'm just going to let you guys lead the conversation. I'm going to treat it like it's a Diane Sawyer interview, and I'm Lindsay Lohan with a deeper voice. Although my voice is a little raspy like Lilo right now, so it'll be pretty fitting. You will be Oprah. Granny Fanny will be Dr. Phil. He'll be like, everything Scotty says, he'll be like, absolutely, Oprah. He'll be in agreement of everything, and we will just live and have the happiest family ever on YouTube to leave all the backstabbers in the past. Yeah, I'm chewing on my chapstick. What are you going to do about it, cunt? I swallow too. So that's where I get brownie points from Granny Fanny, because I'm a swallower. You're going to ask you crazy questions like, do you like crack? Do you think crack is whack? I do think crack is whack. I think meth is best. Meth is where it's at. Okay? Now, I can't currently do methamphetamines because I'm on probation, okay? Now, legally in the United States, you're not allowed to do methamphetamines, but what people don't know doesn't fucking hurt anyone. Does it? Hey, Sarah. Hey, that's like the nicest person on YouTube. D9. He really is. He's hot too. You guys should subscribe to him. I followed him on here for years. We got to put his link in the chat. He's the nicest fucking person. And if you look at him, he could be stuck up if he wanted to, because he's like good looking and talented and all that. And he's not, you don't ever see him doing drama. He has the chillest streams. Everybody in his chats are cool too. You ever want to escape bullshit, you go over there. Go to channel. I'm going to put his link in the chat. Oh, look at Dawn beating me to it. Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. No, I mean it, D9. You're like one of those people out there. You're in like the category of like the locomized and the chicken ladies and the who else is like just completely like drama free, nice, genuine people. Oh, another one is God. Ugh, shit. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank right now? She's one of my moderators. She has been since the Chris Watts days. Siren, do you remember the channel we went on and sang karaoke? I know her name well. I'm just drawing a blank because my brain's been stressed out. Do you remember, Siren, when you came to my house and we went on her panel? Morning, Rosalang. Scotty. No. Scotty, you belong to us dramatic bitches over here. Do you understand? You belong to me now. Hey, True Busy Mama. I'm drawing a blank and I feel like an asshole. She does all karaoke streams. She sings all the time. Fucking shit. This is going to bug me. I cannot continue until I get this information. So just give me a moment. So, and I don't like this iPhone update. You can't find shit because they rearranged everything. I do like how quick it is, though. Drama. Any good plans for Christmas? I'll be working at the job that my good friend has been threatening repeatedly. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I'm going to my back studio. Hold on. Oh, you like my hat? Thank you. I keep washing it because I like to wash my hats. And it gets like all those, you know, those hairs. How do you get rid of those hairs? You see all that? Like lint? But it's my favorite hat. But it collects like the cotton lint from the other clothes in the dryer. And it sticks to the black on my hat. But I just can't stop wearing it because it's comfortable. And the guy, the evil man that violated my home when I first moved here, stole my favorite hat that I wore for years. If you guys remember the CU Buffaloes hat I used to wear, the tan one, I've worn that for like, well, God, probably over a decade. I got that from my second cousin that passed away. It was his. And the guy that sexually assaulted me in my home, he stole it. So I needed like a replacement comfort hat, which no hat will ever fit the way that that one did. But, you know. Okay, so I'm in my back studio. If I do not see her on my mod list, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm gonna shit my pants right in front of all of you. She's not there. I don't see her there. Ah, fuck it. My OCD is gonna drive me nuts with that. I'll think of it. Cristola, is that really you? Text me, Cristola. Yeah, I love a good worn-in or a fitted hat. Sorry, Machete. Is that really you, Cristola? So anyways, I'm sure you guys saw the bullshit that I've been tolerating for who fucking knows. It feels like an eternity, a lifetime. Hold on, I'm responding to a text. Yeah, I was screaming at Nikki last night, and plus I crack my windows at night because the heat in here gets really hot, and then I look it affects my throat. Oh, and I'm supposed to be going to an ugly sweater party that my cousin's having, D9, but I'm a Gemini, so I'll probably not go. I'm more of like a on the fly kind of guy, so I probably won't go to it. I'm kind of anti-Christmas, but thank you, D9. I moved here in March. I live on the 8th floor, and I live in the gayborhood now, so there's lots of hot gay men everywhere, which is kind of a waste because I've been focusing on my life, so I haven't been a slut, which is good, I guess. You know? Oh, that is you. Okay, Crystalla, sorry. Hold on. So anyways, let me explain, and I know Nikki's going to listen to this. Let me explain what is so upsetting. The level of fed up bullshit, exhaustion. I feel like I've been fucking hit by a train. And it's from stress she's purposely trying to cause me, and is. And Tuesday is my lazy day. I do my Zoom classes and I rest in between, or I go live. I go live in between. This woman is putting me in a restless state of anxiety. Now let's rewind in time why that is. Well, you guys all saw it with your own eyes. You tell me. Before I explain it, let me ask you guys, because maybe I'm crazy, right? I'm seeing things because people are telling me how it is. So let me ask you people who have witnessed the downfall of darling Nikki. Give me details, please. Have you seen me be unreasonable with her fight with Scotty from the beginning, or with Sarah? Have you seen me from the very beginning just fucking go ape shit on her? Have you seen me be fair? Have you seen me want them to work it out? Have you seen me try to help them work it out? You fucking tell me. Ahem. She threatened to fucking put me in jail over bullshit. She's threatened my well-being. She has tried to make me feel fearful, and she specifically said, if you don't get your friends to shut up, I'm doing this to you. Now, remember, she said she ended her friendship with me because of nothing I did. She has repeated that over and over. Robbie didn't do anything to me, but I'm her punching bag. And why is that a flex? Like, she did the same thing to Amy. That is why Amy and I fell out. And I remember clearly. Nikki and Amy were arguing about who blocked who first. That was where I jumped into the fight. Finally. And I don't remember how long they were fighting before Amy and I started fighting. But Nikki and her were fighting it had to have been over a month or longer. I don't really know. And I didn't care because I loved both of them. I was like, oh, just stop. Well, Nikki was going on this rant and tirade. I blocked you first. I even screen recorded it. If you have to go out of your way to screen record blocking somebody, you have no fucking life. And so then Nikki shows that publicly, and I'm like, hey, Amy, just so you know, Nikki did block you first. So maybe that could clear up some shit in this little argument of this petty child, immature argument of who blocked who first. And Amy was like, no, she didn't. And that's when Amy and I started going at each other. I was like, but she did. She's showing that on her channel. And so that is what sparked our fight. Yeah, she's fatal attraction. So it's the same thing now. Nikki blocked me, or ended our friendship, actually. She didn't block me. And I was okay with that. And I think that's where she had the problem. Because she's very open, and she even says when she's talking about this situation, she does have abandonment issues. Well, guess what? I don't chase anybody. I chase myself, and I love myself. Bitch, you's the one that's going to be chasing me, because I don't care. Once you give me a reason not to care, did you not fucking look at how Geminis operate? We care about you until we don't. And then it's like, poof, you never existed. And that'll drive somebody with attachment issues like her up the fucking wall. So when she decided to start dragging me, threatening me, and her friendship with me, I blocked that bitch. Rightfully so. So then when I blocked her on everything else, oh my God, some of the chapstick fell down. The chunks of it did. Then when I blocked her on everything else, she texted my phone. And she said, I'm so sorry. Well, it's not bad. So actually, let me read it to you. Hold on. This is what she said. This was on, what date was this? This was on November 17th. After she started dragging me, I am a chapstick addict. Like I live in a very dry climate. And yes, I will play Scotty's promo. Nikki said to me, I'm sorry for anything said that caused you stress or anxiety. I would never hurt you. Do you see the emotional manipulation here? Making threats, but then saying, I would never do that. Well, then stop threatening it. She's recognizing she's been doing that since November 17th. Tomorrow it'll be a month since I got this text message. She said, I don't know who is telling you what, and I don't care. Nobody is telling me. You're the one making threats with your mouth. She said, I love you and care about you just as much as I ever did. We may never be friends again, but I need you to believe me when I tell you I would never cause you harm. I don't deserve your forgiveness, nor do I expect it. I'm going to pause there. I do forgive you, but I don't fuck with you. I forgive everybody. I don't like the word hate unless it's saying I hate Snow White. She's fictional. That's a joke. If you guys didn't catch on to that by now. Or saying I hate Santa, or saying I hate a certain food or something. That's not real hatred. I don't hate anybody, and I always forgive. And that's when people get mad at me. How could you forgive that person? Look, I'm a better person than you. Like, how do you want me to respond to that? I'm more open-minded than you. I'm more willing to have conversations than you. Like, fuck off. So I do forgive you, Nikki, but you will never get the gift of my friendship ever again, or trust, or even acquaintance. Ever. Never again. She said, I want you to be able to have peace. Well, yeah, you fucked that up a long time ago. So I responded and said, you have caused me severe anxiety to the point of looking for a new job. I forgive you, but will never associate with you ever again. I don't control others, and you put too much responsibility on me. I wish you the best, but please leave me alone. I've asked people not to mention you in my mod chat. Have a good life. And I blocked her. And she's continued. Nobody should have to feel threatened. My anger has not come out of nowhere. My anger has come from every single real life threat she's put on me due to her issues. Well, she needs to get right, Baker Chick. So I was telling my counselor about this today. And I want to show you 2 videos that we were going over, because the emotional manipulation in order for her to play some sort of victim after pissing me off or threatening me, this explains very fucking well. So hold on. This is a good explanation of fucking when people push you. And I'm sure everybody could relate to this. When people are pushed and poked and poked and pushed. This explains exactly where I've been fucking pushed. And my outbursts and reaction out of the fear and anxiety she's trying to cause me. So let's take this.
Anger, like fire, can be good at times, but it can also destroy the longer we hold on to it, ravaging relationships and lives. Why do we have it? And why is its grip so powerful? Hi, I'm Peter Montoya from Thrive Union, and I'll be sharing our current thinking on anger as part of our How the Brain Works series. Anger developed to help us react quickly to protect ourselves. It arises primarily from an ancient portion of our brain called the amygdala, which triggers automatic
I'm sure Nikki's familiar with that. I know I am.
responses when we're threatened, commonly known as fight, flight, or freeze. When distinguishing a threat, the amygdala activates the hypothalamus, which tells our pituitary glands to release the hormones like the stress chemical cortisol, adrenaline, and norepinephrine, before we're even aware.
That's called a boiling point, bitch.
Our body is flooded with hormones and neurotransmitters that shoot up our heart rate, energize our muscles, and increase blood pressure, all to get us ready to fight. Systems like digestion and vision are limited, along with our prefrontal cortex, which...
So hold on, I'm going to pause real quick. So, you know, I always get this because I'm a reactive person, especially when I'm pushed to my limits, beyond my limits. And people being like, oh, you react, or you this, or you that, or you're... No, when you're pushed to a certain point, not only can people emotionally manipulate you to the point of control or fear, but they also manipulate you because they know if you're reactive, what you're going to do. And they know if you say mean shit to them, they're going to be able to play victim. Well, that's exactly what's going on with Nikki. She has pushed me because she knows I'm going to call her names. She knows I'm going to put her in her place. And she's going to be able to be like, look it. And trust Nikki when she said, she told you guys with her own mouth, she is patient. She is like a little snake waiting to hunt. That's why she keeps that calmness, because what she's doing underneath is pure evil. She knows what she's doing, so she's comfortable in that.
Controls reasoning. Our hippocampus quiets, reducing short-term memory and new memory formation. All this makes us impulsive decision makers who may say harsh words we don't remember after the fact. These reactions helped our ancestors survive wild animal attacks, but the long-term effects ravage our modern bodies. Too much anger compromises our brains and creates high blood pressure, heart disease, and compromised immune systems. Worse, the amygdala has trouble distinguishing modern...
And seriously, I mean, this fear and anger, I mean, I should be resting right now, but I am so fucking anxious and annoyed. I should be working out or something. I should. But this bitch got what she wanted. This is her payback to me for not choosing sides. She is loving this. Morning, Lokamai. And you are right. You are right, Scotty. You are right, Sarah. This is her only form of communication since I blocked her. This is her way of taking out her emotions on me. Threats, putting anxiety, fucking... It is so the insecurities are so incredible with that bitch. Because you get punished for being authentic with your friends. I'm being punished for trusting her. Amy was being punished for trusting her. Anybody in her path, she doesn't really have close friends that she talks to. I mean, now I know why. She has people that view her nonsense and calls them friends. Listen, you're not ever going to be her friend. Nobody is. She doesn't even show who she is to the closest of friends. I know that because I was her closest friend. She will never show you her face, her personal life, nothing. That's not a real friendship. Just skip over that bitch because all she's going to do is record your phone calls. Ain't that the truth, Baker chick? And I know why I'm divorced, but shit, if this bitch acts like this with me, a gay male friend, her poor fucking husband. I could only imagine what she put that motherfucker through, and that's probably why he moved far fucking away from that bitch.
Slights from imaginary threats. So how do we manage our anger? Brain scans of murder show damaged or less active prefrontal cortexes, showing that one key way to combat anger is to strengthen that area. But can you grow gray matter? Yes. Research shows that meditation has been shown to both shrink the amygdala and grow the prefrontal cortex. Research also shows that venting or suppressing anger.
Yes, that is what I was thinking in my therapy this morning. It does look like a penis on the screen. It does, Locomite. An angry penis that is teaching us how to meditate on a deck.
Actually builds it. Instead, mindfully observe your feelings or try reframing them. Imagine learning that the driver who cut you off just lost their child. Your anger would likely immediately turn into compassion.
That's a good way to look at it. Did you hear what he just said? Because a lot of people do get angry when they're in public, like in a grocery store, if it's crowded, people are blocking the aisles, people are blocking the streets, they're driving like idiots, they're cutting you off or whatever it is. Or somebody's not moving out of the fucking way in the grocery store and you're like, move! But really, maybe they're distracted because they just got broken up with or they're sad about something. Like, you don't think about all those things. So it's like if we actually considered other people's feelings, we wouldn't get so angry. Unless you're an evil, vile bitch who's jealous that other people aren't as angry as you and you just want to get them to that point because you don't want to be alone. The angry penis is very distracting. I get it. I can't sing right now like Rihanna, but must be penis on the brain. Oh, that's a good song. Some penises are so large that you can't keep your teeth out of the way. I got a big mouth, Siren, with a big vacancy inside of it. You know what that means, don't ya? I got space. I got open space and opportunity in this mouth, angry penis or not.
Imagination can trigger the amygdala or quiet it. Try creating stories that reframe an offender's action when there is no real threat. And don't forget meditation. Meditation is by far and away the best practice for reducing all recurring negative emotions. Changing how we approach our anger literally changes our brains. It frees us from the tyranny of automatic responses.
God, now I can't unsee it, bitches, because it crossed my mind while I was watching this morning. But it really does look like a dick. Now I'm not even paying attention to the positive message. I don't know, Rocket. Skitty, we'll see. Maybe by the end of this video, the penis will go from angry to happy. Let's find out together, shall we, class?
It helps us enjoy greater health, longevity, and fulfillment so we can thrive.
Thrive Union is a real-world community and life school dedicated to human well-being.
You're right, niece.
Our regular events include parties, game nights, supper clubs, hikes, and Thrive.
Okay. I agree with that, niece. You're right. And I get it. Like, there's people care. They're like, don't talk about it. Don't stress. You guys have to understand. I've tried to stay out of this completely. I've gone to bed a peaceful, beautiful day. 2 times now. 2 times. with everything being okay between, well, I didn't think there was any issues with me and Nikki. Everything was great, a normal, great day in my life. And I love my life. I fucking love my life. Has it been stressful the last year? Yeah, but it's getting better and better. And I fucking love my life. I've woken up twice to being dragged and threatened by this woman in the middle of the night when I've woken up just to go pee and maybe scroll through my phone and find some Sue Dillon videos that'll make me laugh and go back to sleep. No, I've had anxiety put into me. I've had the well-being of my life, my fucking safety, my home, my finances, everything threatened for no fucking reason other than I'm friends with people this woman cannot get along with. So for me, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's not a competition. I have asked her repeatedly to leave me the fuck out of it while we were friends. And then it turned into, now leave me the fuck alone. Before I was asking you to leave me out of it. Now I'm saying leave me alone altogether. And she does not stop. There is no hate bonding going on with Granny Fanny and Amy. Granny Fanny, I've been wanting to have a conversation since I lived up in Fort Lupton. I've been dropping links for that motherfucker. I've wanted to have a conversation with him. And even when I saw him going on Scotty's panel, while I was still friends with Nikki, I was like, this is great. If Scotty can talk to him, she should totally fucking mediate a conversation. There ain't no fucking hate bonding there. As far as Amy, there is no hate bonding. I get what Nikki has done. Now, Amy's not innocent, and neither am I. But I fucking get it. The nonstop obsession and the passive-aggressive shit and the threats and the real life, everything that Nikki's doing, for what? For what? So yeah, she has poked at me. She has got my angry little penis emoji upset. She has put that there, poking repeatedly. So I have snapped on a bitch, and I have had to puff out my chest and say, hey, bitch, remember all your real life threats you're doing to me. And you guys have to remember, she's done the majority of them passive aggressively. Now she's being more open about it. Now she's being more open. She's being more aggressive because I've outed her. Before, it was Nikki threatening me passive aggressively, and only I knew what she was doing. Now that I've called it out, now she doesn't care. She's doing it more freely and openly. And why is she doing that? She's saying, well, Robbie's threatened me, so now I will do this. No. You started with a threat. I said, if you did anything to me, being a shady bitch that you are, then expect the same in return. Period. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, you may not have given me tons of personal information. And listen, I'm not going to follow through on it. But if this bitch were to do anything, well, then rightfully so. I mean, she would have it coming, right? She hasn't given me a lot of personal information about herself, but she has about her family. And it's real easy to fucking look up. I don't know if she's aware, but over here in the States, we can look your shit up. You can't do it in your country, but we can. And that's to legally protect myself. Because your blackmail and your threats and all that, I'm not going to fucking tolerate it. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You should accept that and move on with your life like your husband did. Scotty says, I don't like having all this hate being thrown in my direction constantly when I didn't really do anything to deserve it. And you know what, Scotty? Let's say that you did do something to deserve it. Guess what you've done multiple times? You've told her, let's squash it. Maybe you both did shit to deserve your back and forth to each other. You were the adult. We all saw it with our own eyes and said, hey, let's squash this. Let's move on. Let's just stop. She couldn't do that. She had to throw a fit in the middle of the night, dragging me, dragging you, dragging everyone, instead of coming to us and letting us know. Oh, that drives me nuts, Dawn, when she tells other people, I know Robbie, I know he sees it for what it is. I know no, bitch, obviously you don't know me very well. Anybody that knows me should know I make up my own motherfucking mind. And you do not get to cut in line because I'm closer to you than another friend. You don't get to butt. You don't get special services. You don't get a pass for the bad shit that you do to people. I don't overlook that shit. You are in the wrong, Nikki. You've been in the wrong since the very beginning, and you're just getting worse and worse. That drives you nuts. You want to have control and make excuses and say, oh, Robbie doesn't really believe that. He's being manipulated. Well, bitch, if you believe manipulation is that easy, then, I mean, no wonder you think you can manipulate people so easily. You seem to think that people are very easily manipulated, and I see the way that you try to manipulate me. And if you don't believe me, just look what she does. It is like an abusive partner that will punch you in the face and then say, I love you, please stay. I'll never do it again. Or they'll just completely ignore it. I wasn't in my right state of mind. I'm sorry. It's manipulation. That is what she's doing to me emotionally. She's threatening me. She's abusing me. She is taking my privacy and my trust in her for granted and fucking just abusing the fuck out of it. And then turning around and sending me texts saying, I would never hurt you. She's saying it publicly. I would never do anything to hurt him. She'll say it in the same fucking live stream where she's already threatened me a number of times. Hey, Space Monster, thank you for coming up last night and being a decent human being. You can go back to dragging me now if you'd like. But everybody make sure you subscribe to Space Monster, because I did report her channel because she was using my mugshot as her avatar, and it pissed me off. I didn't think they were going to take the whole channel down. Honestly, I didn't. I just thought they'd have you change your avatar or something. When they took it down, I'm not going to lie, I was celebrating, Space. I was like, fucking about time. But you have to understand that mugshot, to me, it represents something different than it does to you guys. Because maybe to one of my haters, the mugshot is like a victory flag of, like, I don't know, karma or a celebration or a joke. Like, haha, he got arrested. But, like, to me, that was one of the worst days of my entire life. And it wasn't because I didn't break up. We didn't end our relationship that day. That happened like 6 months prior. We were already separated. There was no love lost that day in a breakup or anything. That was the day that I lost my family, my animals, and I never ever saw them ever again. And that is why that picture triggers me. Because I truly thought that, you know, I would be able to say goodbye to my pets, or I've never had closure with that situation. To this day, I don't have closure with it. So it is a trigger to me, because I remember sitting in jail and being like really sad, but I was like, okay, it's going to be okay. I'll at least be able to, you know, I'll move and I'll be able to see my animals. And I remember all these positive thoughts running through my brain that over time I gave up on those positive thoughts. Because the reality was, once I got arrested that day, I never got to pack my own things. I never got to say goodbye to my animals. I never got to pack my underwear drawer, or I've never got that. I had things brought to me in trashy boxes, and I begged through mediators that I'm allowed to have. Nikki, I begged. Lokamai is and was our financial mediator. Begged the opportunity to at least say bye to my animals and stuff. I never, ever, ever got that. So that's why my mugshot triggers me. Yeah, it is, niece. It is, because the only way to explain it is, I don't know if you guys have ever, and yeah, I'm not saying I did deserve to get arrested. I poured chocolate syrup all down our staircase on white carpet. I poured a fucking alcohol all over my ex's bed. I poured bleach on the carpet that permanently damaged the carpet. Yeah, I deserved to get arrested. But I don't know if any of you have ever had everything change in a second like that. You know, normally when you go through a breakup or you move, it's planned, or maybe you do break up overnight, whatever it is. But my entire life, literally overnight, changed. I was homeless. And what frustrates me about that is I paid the bills. I was the breadwinner. I'm over that part because I'm not petty, I'm not competitive, and I'm not materialistic. I like fairness, so I found it to be very unfair that I felt stolen from. But I'm over that now. Who cares? I've got my own place. I've got a great life. But everything changed. The comfort of going home to my same bed every day, my routine of parking in my garage or on the street every day, gone. Seeing my animals or cuddling them or laughing with them and like, having them, sorry, I'm choked up because like I'm losing my voice and I'm crying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch a breath so I could say what I'm saying. But like my animals, all three of my animals. Well, I had 4. I had Doja, my hamster, too. My 2 cats and my dog followed me everywhere. All 3 of them. Everything I did, they were there. Like my little sidekick. So that was gone. Everything. And so that, along with, I already knew that my haters would celebrate it. Yeah, thank you, Space Monster. I already knew that. And vlogging has always helped me, so I made sure that I was doing no drama at the time, vlogging my feelings, vlogging, being very open about, yeah, that was what I needed. I did need to get arrested because it broke the cycle of a very bad part of me. But dealing with my haters celebrating it, losing everything, trying to reconnect, dealing with an addiction that I was still currently trying to get over, and horrible. Oh, it was horrible. And then trying to keep my job and trying to keep my sanity and trying. Aunt Sally was so supportive, but she was like, Robert, I'm moving. She moved to the East Coast. She was like, if I could have you stay here forever, I would, but I've got to get this house ready to show so I could sell it. So the room I was in, I had all these boxes that were sent to me, and it was trashed, and I was like in and out, and I wasn't unpacking. So it was hard because I was like trying to hurry while dealing actively with my addiction issue and all this shit and trying to find a home when I didn't even know if I was going to be able to fucking hold down a fucking income myself. So when I say I've overcome stuff, I ain't bragging. I'm saying that because I'm fucking shocked. I'm in shock that I fucking am breathing and living in my own fucking apartment. No, I do remember that space. You're absolutely correct. I hurt you. I've threatened your family. I've all of that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you and I have had some of those conversations before, and then if it's got thrown off by more drama, I'm not interested in more drama. I have tried my best. And see, I have stayed out of drama for the most part. And the only drama I've been sucked into this year has been people I thought were my friends dragging me into their fights. Perfect example of that would be Natasha Cooper's always been like an older sister to me. We bickered and gone back and forth, but there was love there. Love with Nikki because she's one of my best friends, right? They have a falling out, and look what happens. Look at everything that has happened since then. I got sucked into that. Nikki was passive aggressive with people over it and ended friendships. She almost ended mine. Natasha Cooper ended her friendship with me once again over Nikki. And what do I always say? What is the main thing I always say when I say I do not get involved? Because eventually people come full circle and they make up with each other, and then you become the asshole. What have Natasha Cooper and Nikki done? They have resolved their issues. Something that I tried to help them resolve in the very fucking beginning. So that is why I will not get involved in people's bullshit fights. Exactly, Lokamai. We assume, but yes, you do learn from it. Well, and that's a good point though, Sarah. Why is Nikki allowed to say that Natasha was doing passive aggressive things to her, which she was? Why is she allowed to say that? Oh, I'm the only one that sees it. Nobody else sees it because Natasha's being a passive aggressive. Well, you recognize that because you do that to people, Nikki. That's why you recognize that so easily. Because you've done it to me now for quite a while. Yeah, and Danny, Nikki's throwing around the word cult. Apparently adults that are able to move on, like me and Scotty got in a fight and then made up, apparently that's cultish behavior. No, cultish behavior is trying to manipulate people and put fear into them, Nikki. Isn't that usually what a cult does? If you try to leave the cult, they threaten you or they try to put fear into you. Isn't that what a cult or a gang does, Nikki? Look what you're doing to me, honey. Trying to build your own cult. I'm talking about Darling Nikki. What is it? Barano. Who's Nikki MC? Do I know who that is? But that's exactly what Nikki's doing. Explain to me why people get so upset in online shit. My theory is because most people don't watch TV anymore. And I agree with you on that, Aussie. If it's just people on the internet saying shit, like, fuck them. The reason I get so upset is this is a woman I've trusted for, 7 years? I've opened up to her about my life. I've been on video call everywhere in my life. The bitch had passwords to even my bedroom camera, my feeding camera for my cat, the camera up there. Like, I trusted her with my entire life. And since she didn't get her way, over petty YouTube bullshit. Nonsense fights that could be easily resolved. Her and Scotty could easily resolve it. Her and Sarah could, anybody could easily resolve a fight. Anybody can. Nikki and I can. I'll forgive her very easily. Done. Don't talk about each other. But the trust, she is completely destroyed. Nobody, in my opinion, if you see what she's doing to people and you trust her, you gotta be a fucking idiot, bro. I'm in shock, but I'm not, because I never thought Nikki would do that. That's why I trusted her with all my whole entire life. My job, everything. But she's so mad that I like Scotty, that I'm nice to people. I'm able to resolve conflict with Scotty. Love you, Aunt Sally. That she's got to threaten my personal information. She's got to threaten my well-being to try to get a hold and get some sort of power on the situation. Yeah, and I remember I snapped on Lokamai very early on this year, and that is also when I was getting over my I don't know if they were withdrawals. I definitely had mental withdrawals from drugs and alcohol and all that shit and just dealing with stuff. And I snapped on her because Lokamai is neutral. Lokamai is great friends with my ex. They love each other. And in the beginning, I was like, how could you love? But that's her right to love him. You don't just take away your love for somebody because they have a falling out with someone else. And that's something I did struggle with for a while. I was like, how could anybody be nice to somebody who like destroyed my life? Well, it's because she has a different experience with them. That's why. Period. That's not for me to question or put fear into Lokamai or anyone else, or anger. No, it's not fair. And yes, you do have to have boundaries. I go off on everyone. But in all fairness, I go off when I've had enough. And you guys get a glimpse of that. You see in real time how fair I am. Okay, let's just talk it out. Or let's just, okay, calm, be nice. Maybe you could resolve it. If you need a mediator, I'm here. I don't know what else to do. I feel uncomfortable, but I hope it works out for everyone. And then if you're a jealous, insecure bitch like Nikki is, then yeah, you're going to force somebody like myself into making a decision or into being unreasonable or getting fed up with your shit. I don't like when people do mean shit. That's when I get mean. And that's what my problem is, because I match energy, and that's where I get in trouble. Because I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to threaten me, you got things you care about too? Yeah? No? Okay. So if you're going to go there, just know what territory you're walking into. And how unnecessary that territory is. Who's live stream, Wyoming? So I'm going to push play on this video now.
Anger is a complicated emotion. It can feel reasonable and righteous, or impulsive and uncontrollable. But is it ever morally right to be angry? And if so, when? One of the most...
It is okay to be angry. It's normal to be angry. What you do with that anger, though, becomes a choice.
Most foundational understandings of anger comes from the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who proposed an idea called the doctrine of the mean. In this model, there's a sweet spot for our actions and emotional reactions, and it's up to you to develop practical wisdom about when you should feel what and how strongly to feel it. For example, let's say you're going to sleep early because you...
By the way, Katie, I keep leaving Katie out of the situation when I say, you know, Nikki has a problem with me being friends with Scotty or Sarah. Katie's another big one she has huge issues with. And you know what I will say? She tries to bring Amber into it. Nikki does, saying, well, if you're friends with Amber, Robbie, you wouldn't do that. Well, okay, first of all, Amber's a reasonable person that I love. And Katie, I know you could be a reasonable person. I haven't known you as long as Amber, but I know that when you're pushed into a corner, you make threats, but I would hope you would never go real life on Amber. I guess that's the whole fucking back and forth with you guys. I'm confident you'd work it out. That's not my problem. I love Amber and I love Katie. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Yeah, and I do not hate anybody. I don't understand how people are like, I hate you. I mean, maybe you say it when you're angry, but you don't mean that. I would hope people wouldn't. Hate is such an evil, vile, shitty thing.
You have an important meeting tomorrow, and your neighbor just started blasting music. If you can't sleep, you might botch your meeting. So feeling angry is definitely understandable.
I like that, Katie, and I get it. Because I do the same shit. When I feel threatened, whether they're threatening me or not, if they give me the idea that they're threatening me or I'm feeling threatened or uneasy or they're trying to put anxiety into me, that's when these threats start coming out of my mouth. Is it okay for me to do? No. But there are people that purposely want to see you at that boiling point to get you to go at people. So you look like the bad person. And Nikki can sit there all day and say, oh, I'm allowed to be passive aggressive. I'm allowed to do that. Well, yeah, but do you see how many issues you're creating in your life and with other people because of that? If you were a confident person, you wouldn't be passive aggressive and you would tell people exactly what you're doing, exactly what your problem is. And that is where my problem with Nikki comes in, is she has made passive aggressive threats towards me just so she could lie to people and say, I wasn't threatening him, when she knows damn good and well she is and was. See, if you're passive aggressive, you're able to make excuses for your actions. I wasn't talking about Robbie. I didn't say that. Well, then be more specific about what you're talking about. Stop being a coward and get to the point. Because I'm not the only friend she's lost in the last, couple of months? But I'm the best fucking, you know how she likes to brag? I'm the best friend. Bitch, I love myself. That's why I'm my best friend. I love myself. And when you chose to be like, oh, I'm not your friend, good, you did me a favor, bitch. Now I don't got to listen to you fucking take 2 hours to get to a fucking point. You saved me a lot of fucking time because your stories are annoying. Yeah, I said it. They're annoying. You talk too much.
But how much anger should you feel? And what actions, if any, should you take? To answer these questions, Aristotle would need to know more details. Have you previously talked to your neighbor about this issue?
Oh, me too.
Is it a reasonable time to be playing music? Is your neighbor trying to antagonize you, or are they just enjoying their evening? Relying on practical wisdom and Aristotle's case-by-case approach makes a lot of sense for navigating interpersonal conflicts. But what about when there's no one to blame for your anger? Imagine a tornado completely destroys your house while your neighbor's home is untouched. No amount of anger can undo the disaster, and there isn't really a suitable target for your frustration. Yet for the ancient Stoics, the tornado and the noisy neighbor are basically identical. The Stoics believed life is like an uncontrollable cart we're all tied to, and we can either learn to go with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people who have control issues, they don't like when that control is taken from them. Now, I can relate to that to a certain level. I don't like, because I control my peace. I put myself in humorous situations. I watch funny stuff or listen to music. So that's my safe space. I am responsible. I work for a living. I fucking take care of the shit I need to. I take care of my animals who I love with my entire life. So when any of that is taken out of my control and somebody tries to threaten me the way Nikki's done repeatedly, and you threaten my well-being, I'm going to go into defense mode and treat you the way you're treating me. Understand that. I am not an angry person that's like, Nikki's making it sound, and she keeps saying, I ended my friendship with Robbie. That's why he's mad. No, bitch, I'm not mad or hurt about that. That you did me a favor. You're fucking annoying at this point, bitch. Thank you for that. What I'm mad about is your constant poking and trying to steal my peace because you can't find your own peace. That's what I'm mad about. You have come into my happy bubble in existence and tried to bring your problems into it, tried to get me angry at the same people you're mad at. And when that didn't work and I protected my peace and said, no, leave me out of it, stay out of my bubble, stop. Then you tried to threaten that peace that I have within that bubble. You're doing that. So of course I'm going to get angry.
Flow, or hurt ourselves fighting its momentum. In their logic, we all live at the whims of fate, and our actions can never actually change things, whether it's a natural disaster or how others act towards us. So, Stoics believe anger is always wrong, since it causes pain and is ultimately futile. The 8th century Indian Buddhist philosopher, Shantidev, also questioned our free will and the value of anger, arguing that because people often lack rational control over their emotions, we should endeavor not to let their anger and cruelty spread to us. But even if it's hard for us to control our anger, there might be something we can learn from it. Philosopher P.F. Strawson's theory of reactive attitudes suggests that experiencing anger is a natural part of human psychology that helps us communicate blame and hold each other accountable. In this model, anger can be an important part of letting us know when something immoral is happening.
Dude, accountability goes a long fucking way. When I'm unreasonable, I could be pretty quick to just be like, yeah, it was just give me time to calm down. And probably within the same day, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I was being a dick. But when you're coming at me for no reason, trying to put me in that, no, that's abuse, dude. You're not going to do that. Well, I can't control you doing that. You probably are going to continue that. But the more I respond and treat them with that same energy, that's why I'm saying it's not okay to give people that same energy when they're being fucking vile. They want you to be vile. Why do you think Nikki's passive aggressive? She's throwing those passive aggressive stones. She wants, because she knows I ain't going to be passive aggressive. I'm going to be blunt as fuck and say exactly what the fuck I think. But then I'm going to look like the bad person because there's no excuse, right? I can't blame it on, oh, I wasn't talking about you, because I fucking was. Because I said I was. So you are the problem. When you're passive aggressive like that, you cause so many fucking problems. And then it just gives you that open space and leeway to be the fucking lying, manipulating bitch that you are. It gives you that leeway to be like, oh, no, I wasn't mentioning you. No, I'm talking about somebody else. So that you could get your aggression out and attack others without taking accountability for who the fuck you're talking about and what you're threatening. There's no accountability in passive-aggressive behavior.
So removing it would impair our social lives and moral communities. But finding the right response to those psychological alarm bells can be tricky.
Thank you, Don.
For instance, if you were supervising cruel, disrespectful young children, it might be natural to feel anger, but it would be wrong to treat their moral mistakes like those of fully formed adults. So when should you act on anger? And can it ever help change things for the better? Let's imagine your community is experiencing serious health issues.
Okay, she's giving an example of when it's okay to act on your anger, or when should you? That's what she's talking about.
Because a nearby factory is illegally polluting the water supply. A long tradition in political philosophy argues that the righteous anger often invoked by witnessing this kind of injustice can be invaluable for fueling change and motivating community action. In unjust situations like this, it could be a moral mistake to suppress your anger instead of channeling it into positive action. But other philosophers argue that anger has an inherent negative element that limits its transformative power.
It does. Like, dude, I've had a headache for almost fucking 24 hours now because of this bitch.
Philosopher Martha Nussbaum pointed out that famous civil rights activists such as Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Martin Luther King Jr. warned that giving yourself over to even the most righteous anger can lead one to become bitter, vengeful, or hateful of others. They caution that we should carefully calibrate our emotional responses to ensure that we see others not as enemies, but as community members with whom we must learn to coexist, regardless of our ever-changing emotions. Explore tips and techniques to help you identify, understand, and regulate your emotions, including anger, with this video.
So there's that. What's a blade steel? Penguin says, I hate people who always one-up your story or experience when you're trying to open up about something. We all know those people who do that shit. Yes, we do. Just like stealing anyone's peace, especially when they've done nothing to you, or like using somebody as a punching bag to project your anger that is towards somebody else just because they associate with that person or anything, fuck you for that. Penguin. I appreciate my friends who let me vent my anger, but I feel bad for them when they have to listen to me when I'm angry. Well, that's what friends are for. I feel a big red flag is when somebody is consistently complaining or just angry and they're venting. I think those are the friends you should stay away from. I get that people have bad times in life, or some people have a bad life. But friendship goes both ways. And when you're on the phone, and I'm talking about you, Nikki, you did this every fucking phone call the last couple of months we were friends. Just call and want to joke and have a good time. It always went to, I'm having a terrible day. Oh, this terrible shit happened. Oh, this fucking bitch on YouTube. Oh, this fucking bitch. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And you know, she goes into detail with her long fucking dragged out nonsense stories. And I'd be tense before I even fucking started my day. I don't miss that. Don't miss it. It's toxic. If somebody always wants not only to be a complainer and a pessimist, that's one thing that turns me off from wanting to associate with people, is when they're a pessimist, but also when they're purposely, they're like miserable, right? And you're trying to be like, oh, well, I hope it works out, or maybe focus on something else, or you just don't want to get involved or make the problem worse, or you don't want to hate people they hate. They suck you in. They're like, oh no, bitch, you will be miserable with me. You will. Matter of fact, Nikki's even said stuff like that to me. When she's been talking about me on her rants, she's been like, oh, you wanted peace, huh, Robbie? You wanted to stay out of it? Well, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that. You don't just get to have peace, Robbie. Don't quote me exactly, but she said something almost identical to that. You don't get to have peace. You don't get to just stay out of it. And you don't get to just mind your own business. Really? Yeah, the fuck I do. That's why you blocked and you staying blocked, bitch. Yes, the fuck I do. Hey, Cole. Hope you're doing good. I saw that animated, it's like an AI video AJ is making, like, she's of people's avatars. Looks really cool and they come to life. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw yours and a couple other people's. They were cool. Good stills coming out of New Jersey. Is it a Swedish knife? Different steels for knife. Oh, for sharpening knives, Danny, and like making them. Wyoming probably has stuff like that, right? Wyoming. Yeah, it is cool what AJ does with those. So, anyways, that is where this anger comes from. I don't appreciate being threatened by one of the people I trusted the most in life. I think she needs to fucking move on. I think, and I told her this, like, she needs a break. This YouTube shit's getting to her. She's fucked. Her brain is fucked. It ain't my responsibility anymore. You can talk shit about me all you want. I don't care about that. I don't care if you cut me down. I don't care what you say. Don't give a shit. But please leave me the fuck alone in my real life, Nikki. Be a good person. Yeah, those were cute, Cole. Your anger is coming from freezing weather. See, I don't even let my surroundings make me angry. I stay pretty peaceful in most situations. But I do not like being treated like shit by human beings that should know better. Yes, and it is uncomfortable. Listening to Nikki talk about me and how she's like, oh, I loved Robbie. I was there. It's disturbing to me because it feels like my sister's in love with me. It would feel like if my sister were to talk about me in like a sexual romantic way and be like upset about it. That's what it feels like. It feels gross because she's like a sister, but she's treating me like I'm her boyfriend, and it makes me feel disgusting. It's gross. I don't like it. It's nasty. Yeah, it's on one of AJ's channels. I know AJ has a couple different channels, and I forget which one it is. But she's like making people's avatars like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. That's something nice to show before we go. Let's see. Is it under the AJ? Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's not that channel. Anybody know which channel it's on? Yo, is it a people repellent 71? The son husband syndrome. Hey, like, I still need to watch your new Scream video. I'm obsessed with Lycan's Scream videos on his scare. I can never pronounce it. You're gonna have to drop the link. Lycan Scareticulous. Scaretaculous. For a while, I was saying Scaralicious. It's a tongue twister. But he does really good videos. Oh, yeah. I have to show that, Scotty. He does... What was the other one? Oh, you did the Supergirl. Listen, I am excited for the Supergirl movie. I loved the Man of Steel movie. And then the sequels with that, the one that, with Gal Gadot was in like the Batman vs. Superman. I loved those. I haven't seen the new Superman movie because it looks too 70s-ish. But I agree with you, Lycan, because I was watching your video and it's like they're trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like Supergirl's a drunk and maybe a slut or whatever and becomes a hero. I like the way they're portraying her, though, because it kind of makes her likable, but I get it. It's kind of like a repetitive, like, oh, okay, just another one of these movies where a common day drunk becomes a superhero. But I kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe it's the actress, the way she's portraying it is believable. I like whoever she is. I've never seen her before. You guys are going to hate me, but I think the guy who did Man of Steel, Superman, was way better than Christopher Reeves. And I'm not sorry. I'm not. Scaretaculous. Shit, hold on. I can't find AJ's thing, so hold on. Let me go to his channel, and then I'll go to Scotty's. Scareticulous. Okay, I need to put this on watch later. Save to watch later. Terrible idea. Why Stumacher returning is the worst idea fans want. Fuck Stumacher. Give us more Kirby. Kirby's the best. Give us Kirby Reed all day, every day. Fuck Stumacher. He's not I don't understand people's obsession with him. The dude fucking had a TV fall on his head in the first movie. Was he funny? Kinda. I mean, Stumacher that character is very 90s, and he reminds me of every friend that my older brother, who is 4 years older than me, would hang out with. They would watch South Park and talk all goofy and stupid, and then drink hot damn, shots of cinnamon hot damn, and hook up with women. He's not that special. He's way overrated, and he's not even scary. There's nothing scary about him. So people need to move on because they're going to ruin the movie. So here's Lycan's Scareticulous channel. And then if you guys don't know, I'm sure tonight is going to be a shit show in the best way possible. And I'm sure my voice will be completely gone by then. I don't give a fuck. I should have been resting it this whole fucking time. Who cares? But over on Scotty's, the match is finally being met. Man versus man. Granny Fanny versus Save Robbie. And it's going to be a debate hosted by the white version of Oprah. That would be Scotty. Hopefully she's going to do her hair like Oprah. Fucking have a whole set that we could trash just like the Jerry Springer show. And God only knows what's going to happen. Okay? But I promise you, my voice will probably be gone by then. So it'll be Granny Fanny just sexually abusing me the whole time. And me not being able to stand up for myself because my voice is going to be fucking gone. Call her Scapra. Scapra. We got to do a Winfrey last name. Scapra Stream Free. Scapra Queef Free. Like you're free of queefs. God, that's a tongue twister. Queef free because she's free of queefs. Queef free because she's free of queefs. Queef free because she's free of queefs. Queef free because she's free of freaks. Okay, hold on. I'll show you what time. Let's go over to Scotty's channel real quick. And did I drop? Here's Lycan's Scareticulous. There's that. And here's Scotty's. The Scapra Queef Free show. Scapra Queef Free. Oh yeah, Henry Cavill. That's his name. He is the best Superman. He's hot. So hot. I love how he has a beard in the beginning and he's lifting up that ship or whatever it was. Oh, fuck. All right, so here we go. So over here we have the live is scheduled my time, Lokamai, at 6:15. Now, I may or may not be a little bit late because I have my class at 5 p.m. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes it goes a little over. But I'll be there as soon as my class ends. So they might have to pre-show. Okay? So there it is. There is a beautiful picture of what the future holds between the relationship between Granny Fanny and myself. He will be my sugar daddy. And I will manipulate him the entire stream in order to get that turned into a reality. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the SmackDown advertisement.
Now, baby doll, sweet pie, sugar plum, honey bun, angel face, you know you better be good. And act like true fine love should. Be careful what you say and do, 'cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere.
Look at that little bitch.
You better kiss me and hold me tight, and give me good love every night. 'Cause you'll be sorry if you make me blue.
Oh.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Well, you may think you can sneak around and get away with something, but there ain't no way. 'Cause Santa's no fool. He's real super cool. He's the secret head of CIA. He's asked and crime don't pay. He can't do nothing.
That cat looks pissed.
He's even got a WhatsApp on your phone. So, baby, if you ever do me wrong, break my heart and leave me alone. When Christmas comes, you'll be crying
Good point,
too.
Siren.
'Cause Santa Claus
Yeah, look at that.
watching you.
I didn't notice that one.
He's everywhere.
What the fuck? Oh my god, Lokamai, it's Cassie. Look at Lokamai's dogs are going to be in the show. He does look like Father Christmas.
He'd climb on his sled,
Especially there.
with the dual exhaust side mirrors, the foxtails, mud flaps, and leopard skin, sea covers, and spread.
That's a hot
Cheer
picture.
to all
That's a
good little
daddy
girls
picture
and
right
boys.
there.
And it's the own Dasher, Dancer, and Prancer, and Fixer, Common, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen, and Bruce, and Marvin, and Leon, and Cletus, and
That's the
George,
best
and Bill, and Slick, Do Right, Fred.
So there's that. Okay. So tune in for that. He looks ready for the retirement home. He looks ready for Christmas. He looks well rested to spread cheer and presents through the night. He's ready for it all. Okay? And I'm here for it. Tonight at 6:15 p.m. Mountain Time. So figure out the time schedules yourself. That it is cute. The horse, you mean the whores? Bunch of whores. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Please leave me my fucking talk about me all you want. Leave my fucking personal life out of your mouth and stop with your threats, Nikki. That's all I ask. I know you're upset. I know abandonment issues. Because I mean, dude, I mean it when I say when I'm fucking done with people, she should know already. I've ignored the fuck out of her. I've kept her blocked. I don't like you. It is so easy for me to cut somebody off and not give a fuck about them anymore. I don't care. Just fuck off. I'm very gifted at that because like you agree with, Nikki, I've had a lot of people fuck me over in my life. So it's become a strength of mine to be like, oh, cut the cord. Done. Done. No more. They don't matter anymore. They did, but now they don't. So just leave me alone. Exactly, Wyoming. And just that is her first go-to. You know, that is what Nikki, her first method of argument or an attack is to threaten my real life. That has been her mode of operation, her very first choice. Not to cut me down, not to cuss me out, but to threaten me. Exactly. Cutting them out, purging the bad people, fucking weeding out the garden. And my garden has no room for weeds like that, bitch. Because my garden's purty, bitch. Not you, Don. You're not a bitch. Well, you are a bitch, Don, but you're not a bitch. But you are. Just kidding. You're not. Or no, why do I always mix up when Don and 71 are saying something in chat. It was 71 that said that, not Don. Don, I still stand by it. You're still a hacking bitch. You're a hacker and a bitch. Just kidding. Love you. Yeah, I hope the stream is more fun because I don't think this voice could take much arguing. You know? So maybe that's a blessing. Maybe that's God is doing the timing of my voice, like running out to be like, okay, bitch, watch your words. So that I save my voice for only important shit, you know. But I'm looking forward to it too. I'm gonna get some rest in between. And I'm probably gonna be wearing the same thing. I don't feel like showering today. I've been put into a fucking anxiety state of fucking mind. And I don't feel like doing shit. I feel like resting. And that's it. So there's that. Got to play Let's Get It On in the background. That is definitely a question. I should probably prepare some questions for tonight's stream. And I'm not going to ask him, what is your obsession with my penis? Or what is it? I'm just going to slide into his DMs in the private chat backstage and say, would you like to see my penis? I'm going to keep the peaceful conversation open and give a part of myself. I think that's very important in making progress. And if I have to sacrifice showing my genitalia to another man, I will take one for the team. I'm willing to do that. Oh, were the pics the funnest part? Yeah, they're pretty on point. I like them. It is the giving season, and you know my dick is always giving year round, but specifically around the holiday season. That's why STD flare-ups go up real high around the holidays. I probably have a big part to do with that. And I apologize. I mean no harm. I just want to fuck yous. I'm down to fuck. Especially around the Yuletide, around the dreidel, and around the fucking, the menorah. I'll shove that menorah right up my fucking ass to please you. Because I'm a good fucking person. So fuck off. Anyways, I think this is a fitting song to go out with. I wrote this song about people who drain my fucking melatonin. Or not melatonin, my serotonin. You don't know what serotonin is? Look that shit up, bitch. It's real. Nah. Hey, puppies. I'm making peace with others, and often we have to use our bodies to do that. Why do you think there's something called makeup sex? So tonight will be the grand finale and the grand makeup sex of Granny Fanny and Save Robbie. We will have makeup sex. He will enjoy it, and he will keep my penis out of his mouth. I'm not talking sexually. He's allowed to do that. But I'm talking about this dick. I'm going to shut that mouth with my dick. I'm going to stuff you like a Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve motherfucking turkey. And you go fucking yodel like a turkey. Well, I'm fucking yes. Oh, thank you, Patty. So brace yourself, Granny Fanny, because tonight's going to be a bumpy ride for that ass. You better get some ice. You better get some poppers. And you better get some massive lube. Because I'm coming for you, Granny Fanny. Figuratively, and I probably physically will come for you or on you or with you or beside you. Whatever you'd like. I just want this quarrel to be over. So shut up. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for listening to me vent. Thank you for witnessing my self-sabotage of my own vocal cords. I appreciate that. So, I got to slow this down. Hold on. All right. Have a good night. And happy fucking Hanukkah. You drain my serotonin. You drain my serotonin. You drain my serotonin.
You don't respect me. That's why you wrecked me. You rip my heart out. Cause you dissect me. Depleting my health, stealing my joy like I'm a toy. You just care for yourself. You want to pedestal me on a shelf. Hurting my heart, stabbing my back like it's an art. You're driving me crazy, ripping my feelings apart. Leaving me in the dark. Leaving me in the dark. You drain my serotonin. 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 Don't you know? You drain my serotonin. I'm self-medicating from all your hating. I numb myself up, cause my head's about to erupt. I fall on the floor, lights at the door, I can't take it no more. But I need to break free, get up my knees and try to make it see. See how you're hurting me and how you're working me. You wanna hate spree. I wanna look up again, want you to be my friend, but we fight till no end. We're just bruising our hearts. We're just bruising our hearts. You drain my serotonin. 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 You drain my
You drain my serotonin. Don't you know? You drain my serotonin. You drain my serotonin. You drain my serotonin. You drain my serotonin.
You're draining it out like it's a hose, spraying the sprout like it's a hose, yeah, you're spraying the sprout. It's going right under gutter. As I cry, I stutter, but nobody hears me, not even a mother. I said you're draining me. You're draining all of me. You're draining me. You're draining all of me. You drain my
You drain my serotonin. 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 Don't you know? You drain my serotonin. 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 You drain my serotonin.
No chance, no